Hello, this is Big Saku, and today we're making a quick crash course in how to light a Cyno and how to not light a Cyno. To start with, I'm in a Falcon. I've got webs fitted for a different purpose. I have a salvager fitted, I will explain that. And I've got two Cynos fitted. One is a normal Cyno, the other one is a covert Cyno. You don't need to know about them right now. To start with, I want to show you that lighting a Cyno is not just undocking and pressing the button. Like here, this is a shitty station. It looks pretty good from where I am right now, but apparently there is an invisible structure, so I'm going to light a Cyno right here. And I am lighting it. Now, to jump to a Cyno, you just need to be in fleet. Right click your capacitor, select jump to, and select the Cyno palette, and you will immediately jump. Let's see what happens. I bumped off, but I'm on the side, so not that bad as I expected. I can immediately dock. This could have gone completely different. This could have gone absolutely wrong. So I'm gonna see if I can reproduce it until it goes wrong. So let's try this again. I'm just jumping to another system. That's the quickest way for now. I'm gonna decloak and I'm gonna try to jump as soon as my timer disappears. No, I might not. I got lucky. I'm outside of the bubble. Who the fuck bubbled this? It could have gone wrong, but whatever. So here we go. Jumping. Ooh, I bumped 2,000 meters per second. And did I bump in the right direction? Oh, I got lucky. I got caught in the station here. This could have gone wrong. I could have bumped off far off the station. Luckily I didn't. So I'm gonna dock up. I'm gonna show you how to light Cynos properly. Alright, before I show you how to do the Cyno properly, here's a couple of hints of what is wrong with this Cyno. Obviously this station has an invisible structure in that area that I didn't know about before I did this video. The other thing is, you need to be outside of a certain range of any structure, visible or invisible. You need to test this out, or you need to ask people for experience. There's not that many stations in EVE. And then you bookmark your Cyno spots, and then you can do them all the time, all the same way. The most important thing is you need to be in docking range. Whatever happens, you need to be in docking range. If you light a Cyno and something is not in docking range, and somebody discovers that, that's not just like, ooh, random guy in local, he's not gonna see what I'm doing, right? No, there's so many people out there that know what they're doing. Pandemic Legion, Northern Coalition, and others. And they'll just see you doing it, and they will hot drop you and kill whatever you jump in. Whether that is a carrier, or a jump freighter, or a rock wall, it doesn't matter. The point is, light your Cynos properly. And here is the first thing to note. Why does this dude have a salvager on his Cyno Falcon? Yeah, it's very easy. If you activate your tactical overview, either by pressing on it or pressing Ctrl plus D on your keyboard, you will see how far off you are of certain structures. And when you move your mouse over this, you see a ball. This ball indicates the range of the salvager. And as you can clearly see, there's a lot of it that is in my way. So this is not good. This shouldn't be the case. When you light a Cyno, there should be nothing in this. Now, why 5 kilometers? 5 is not enough, basically. 5 is the absolute minimum. As you see, the Cyno spawns a little bit away from your ship. It doesn't spawn at the same spot all the time. It spawns in different spots all the time. So what might happen, the worst case is the Cyno spawns like 1k away from you, so somewhere here, or even below. And then the ship that jumps in always spawns 5 kilometers from the Cyno. This is not a random, this is always 5 kilometers from the Cyno in a random direction. So it could be here, it could be here, it could be up obviously, it could be down in that station structure, it could be right here in this weird invisible thingy. And that's something you need to calculate. So it's not just undocking, lighting the Cyno, it's about looking where can the ship spawn and what will happen worse. As you've seen, I bumped off and I got bumped into a second structure on the station, and I was fine. But I could have like spawned here, and the station might have bumped me up high, and I couldn't dock in time. Everything of that is entirely possible and has happened before to people, so please don't do the same mistakes. Now let's see good position for this Cyno here. I'm gonna assume somewhere behind there. I'm gonna move there quickly. And yeah, here's an invisible structure as well. That's just terrible. One important thing, you see this. This is the center of the station, in both horizontal as well as in a vertical way up to bottom. And you can assume the range of the station, like to here, is going to be the docking radius in a way of a ball around the station. So you see I'm out of docking range now. This is where it ends. Somewhere here, it's right down here, so this is where it ends. Probably for both, for the top and for the side. But I've got way enough room to allow the Cyno here, so I'm gonna move down approximately 5 kilometers. This is just measuring. I'm like doing 1,700 meters, so 3 seconds should be enough burning, and that will be in range. But I need to watch. Oh, there is a station structure and stuff, so I'm watching. I'm gonna put my salvage on again. Nothing is close, but this looks dangerous. So I'm gonna move a little bit to the top and a little bit to the side, away from the structure. And if I look here, this is almost on the edge as well, so I'm gonna move a little bit closer to the middle. That looks perfect. I should be fine at this position. There's nothing in range here really. Nope. So I'm gonna light the Cyno and let's see what happens. I've spawned somewhere, like you see, it's random. I'm exactly 5 kilometers away from the Cyno, as I told you, but I'm like 5,002 meters away from my Falcon, so your ship position doesn't have as much to do as the Cyno position itself, and I'm in docking range, so I can safely dock.
Docking permission.
Now let's look back here. The Cyno is 132 meters away from my ship, so it spawned close to me again. It could have spawned somewhere different. Now what you can't do while you've got the Cyno lit, you can't move. It's just not possible. 0 meters per second. You can't eject. See, you can't eject. You can disable the Cyno, you can log off, but your ship will remain in space until the Cyno is gone. So I recommend not logging off unless it's a cheap Cyno pilot in a rookie ship. Now, what else could you do? Well, what do you want to do? You can egress, obviously. Whether it is a smart move or not is up to you, but you're stuck for 10 minutes with the Cyno anyway, or 5 minutes if it's a recon ship, because recon ships get a bonus. Like, if you look here. Where is it? 50% reduction in cynosural field duration. And you spend less fuel. Obviously recon ships are more expensive, so I don't recommend using a recon ship for lighting a Cyno in a hostile system unless it needs to tank a bit, because you can tank the fuck out of a recon ship. There is one more thing on lighting Cynos, especially in a recon ship, and this is why I have these webs fitted. Now let's assume the system you want to light the Cyno in does not have a station. You only have a planet. You only have a playout station, a POS, or playout structure in this case. What can you do? Well, you can use your webs. If you use it properly, you will get a ship into warp almost immediately, and I'm gonna show you this in the next one. Alright, I'm now in a system that I have no safe spots, or basically I've got safe spots, but I haven't got a station nor a POS. Basically, you should have a POS in a system where you move a jump freighter. For the purpose of this video, where I only want to show you how efficient it is to web something, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna warp my freighter to a tower. You won't see the tower, okay? So what I do is, I've got a SIBO here, and I'll just light my Cyno, and I got myself added to the watch list, and Now I'm gonna jump from a different character, and you'll see. For the purpose of this, I've got myself added to this list in a second. I'm gonna initiate warp to a different planet.
Warp
I'm gonna lock
drive
myself up
active.
and press the warp thing, the webs immediately. 12 meters per second, 16, 17, and I'm off. It was that quick. If you do this properly, maybe with a bonus ship like a Rapier, you can probably do it even quicker. What I recommend is doing it like on a pause 200 kilometers off a POS. So you've got eyes on the POS. The POS will protect your Cyno at least a little bit, and your ship can warp down to the Cyno immediately. I mean, as you have seen, I only went to 17 meters per second and I entered warp. That was with 3 webs. I did not have to align before. Now, how is this possible? It's, let's call it a feature, because CCP has no bugs, they only produce features. If you align and you're just a little bit aligned in the direction you're going and you're slower than your max speed and you get webbed, your max speed gets reduced and your alignment is literally perfect. So this works on basically anything. This works on carriers, this works on freighters and to jump freighters, and is often used in Empire as well to move freighters through Isaac quicker. It does not work on super carriers or Titans because they cannot be, EWAR cannot be projected to them. So no webs, no scrams, no sensor disruptors can be projected or can be done on a super carrier or a Titan because they're immune to all form of EWARs. Anyway, this was the last part of this, and I hope you will be able to light your Cynos, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Thank you very much for watching this.